Yeah, a little slacking on the lives. I think the last few days I've missed, so just kind of catching up. Things are a little different. I'm on tour now, so things changed as far as Kayla taking over a lot of things in the kitchen and stuff like that, scheduling, all that. I'm over here by the lake again, taking my walk, heading back right now, getting my body warmed up for Hashem. It's been beautiful. Opportunities have come, chances to do good, just kind of falling in where I'm called. Like I said, I was going on tour, but it was a different kind of tour. It's not blasting across the nation with a set plan of gigs and a route, and I'm going to go hit these certain towns and I can tell you where I'm going to be. It's more of I just show up where I'm invited and I stick around as long as I'm needed. And while I'm there, things happen. So if you saw on some of the other social medias, the ones that have pictures, I was able to, this goat just walks up to me and I just take a picture with them, like just things like that happen where you're just like, just random stuff, but also random opportunities, like a gig will come up and be like, hey, this is what happened. Somebody canceled. Do you want to fill in? Can you help us with this? Can you help us with that? So it ends up just being, I find that this is where God calls you, right? This person has a need, and you're there for that opportunity. I just feel like that's just how it, how these interactions happen and how people are put in the right place at the right time. So that's kind of what I'm up to right now. It hasn't even, no, I think it's a week today-ish. I was driving today, I think, when we arrived late today. So roughly been on tour about a week. And like I said, it's been a lot of good stuff. Right now, like I said, I'm walking back to the house. And then gonna see what's up, get my baby up. Trying to work on potty training with him. All that stuff, so that's a little bit tough. See who's doing breakfast today, see if Kayla wants to go for it, or if, she wants me to do it, because she's been making breakfast the last, since we got here. Amazing breakfast as well, eggs, bacon, avocado, all my favorites. Oh man, I do like to eat. Not only do I like to get my body moving for Hashem, it's like to be in service to Him, but I also, I really like to get the calories burned, the steps in, so that I can eat more food, because sometimes when you're, just size-wise on how much body weight you have, like myself, I'm a thin, lean person, it ends up being, hello, good morning. But yeah, it ends up being, just because I'm super lean, is that, the serving size, sometimes I'm like, oh man, that's all I can eat. And, for maintenance calories wise, that's all I can eat, because I've kind of tracked it. I've figured out kind of where, when I was losing weight, and then I was like, okay, more calories until I stopped losing weight. So I know my maintenance. And then, you kind of divide it up and you're just like, I don't know, I guess you're just so used to these portions, maybe. Larger ones where you want to eat more, you see someone else eating more and you're like, oh man, I want that. Or I want more eggs, I want a little more of this, I want to dab this and that, and you can't. Unless you go do some work, you go do some steps. So I like to do some extra steps so I can throw in some extra eggs, an extra piece of bacon, maybe some toast, throw in more avocado, so it's just like, a feast. Love it. So, like I said, that's what I'm all about. That's kind of what, what's up, man? Well, I can't read what that says. It looks like it's in, like a Cyrillic language or something. But, hello. He says hi. Um, but uh, but yeah, so that's just like so. That's what I bring. We bring fitness and diet. I don't know what people like to talk about, but these are things that go through my mind. That I do in the morning. I worship Hashem. I get ready for the day. I try to get in a good attitude. Then I go home. Try to help out. Uh, Drink some coffee. Talk to the wife. Spend some time with her. I like to make sure everyone gets their time. My boy, he gets his time. Even when I work out yesterday, I was working out. I've been working out here at the house. And brought my weights and my bench and everything with me on tour, so I could get some workout done. But, my boy, I hadn't seen him throughout the day. He was real sad. Every time I leave, he gets sad. So, I do a set, and then I jump around with him, jump on the bench, do another set. He was having a great time running around, and I really enjoyed that. So, it just made me feel really good that I can incorporate both, not taking time for my family, because, man, there's only so much time in a day. I mean, you want to be healthy, you got to do some working out, you want to eat healthy, you don't want to just throw in some food that you got, you don't go to McDonald's or just throw in some TV dinner. If you really want to prepare something for yourself, make it good, nutrient dense, whole foods, things like that, it takes time, chopping and putting it together. And all these things take time, and you want to eat good, you have to cook it, and I like to cook from scratch and all that, so, and then you got other things to do, work things to do, and so by the time the day's over, sometimes you're tired and you can't spend time with your kids and your wife, so I like to find ways to incorporate that maybe I don't get taken away so much. What's up, says Nene. How are you doing? Good morning, Mariah. Yes, it's early here, 7:30 maybe right now. I don't know what time it is where you guys are at. But yeah, so just incorporating things like that where I can get a workout done, play with the baby at the same time, and then in the morning I get stuff done before they wake up, do my little workout. So try not to take too much time away from the family, because I want them to be able to see me as much as possible, and I want to see them. I love them. Family's great. It's one of those things, you don't know what you got till it's gone kind of thing. Like eventually if you don't spend enough time with them and people move on, your kid grows up, you're going to regret the moments you missed. So, and I'm a young guy, so I have a young kid, he's only a year and a half. But I kind of already understand that I don't want to miss a moment, as many moments as I could be there, because I've heard every single parent tell me it goes too fast. So I'm just trying to absorb every moment and go from there. But I'm getting back to the house. If Kayla's up, if she doesn't have her hair covered, I might have to keep the camera off her, but I'm sure the boy's awake, and I'll get him up and get my day started. Let's walk in and see what's going on. The house is still quiet. Everyone's still asleep. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna get some stuff done, get my baby up, get him some breakfast, get him a smoothie, and some cereal. That's kind of what I start him off with, and then we get him something else when we eat. And go from there. But I'm gonna get off here. Bye, Mariah. I'm gonna get off here as well, and just kind of go out my day. And I'm gonna go live on Facebook after tomorrow. It'll be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'll come back to YouTube again. So just keep up to date with me. Subscribe, all that stuff. I'll try to show you different parts of the day as we get this thing going, different things that we're doing, and go from there. So I will talk to you guys next time.